Htwow February Season 5.
That's correct.
Go.
Hi, Htwow fans. Welcome back. It's your best buds, Dave and Toby. We've been working hard to find brand new jams to bring to you on your favorite, drunkest podcast for music and beer, High Tea with Old Waver. We were late with the last episode. We're probably going to be late with this episode, but that's okay because these jams are so new, they're still going to be fresh by the time you hear it. And we can't wait for you to check out the stuff that we have curated for you. Also want to make sure that you tell a friend about this podcast. If you have other friends who are into music that is an echo of the 80s or 90s, stuff that resonates with wavers young and old, please tell them that this podcast is not terrible and it might help you kill some time as you're walking the dog or doing some laundry or taking a really taxing bowel movement. We also want to let you know that you can become a patron if you really love us. Support us with as little as $5 a month to get the subscription-only patron podcast, the After Dark podcast, which is twice as many songs, 8 songs, and we're more wasted because we record it after dark, after this podcast. And we also tell lots of silly stories. There's this last one was pretty hilarious. I don't know if we can match that magic, but we're going to try. And also there's stuff like merch on our website. Go to oldwaver.com and check it all out. And don't forget to support our sponsors. I'm about to tell you all about that once the actual pod starts, so I won't say it now. So you have to hear it twice. I'm vamping because we have to do this little promo thing at the beginning.
I think you're doing great.
Toby makes me. And I really don't know what to say because really I just say the same things over and over. And I feel like this is the worst first impression for people who are just now checking out the pod.
Would you like me to just copy and paste every like a good one? You don't have to.
Is there a good one?
Well, I guess you do sort of mention what we do in the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Off Mike wife for Christmas gave me a book about podcast marketing, so I guess maybe I should read it and we should figure out what to do here.
Golly, that sounds like the most boring book in history.
I know. I read like 2 pages and my eyes started bleeding and I fell asleep.
I think we're fine.
Everything is fine.
This
is the dumb promo at the beginning that no one listens to. You should just go ahead and skip ahead.
Yeah.
Because the pod's about to start for real.
Go. Pod.
And we went on the day before we were leaving. We went to this kind of beach club and had some Amstels and these Dutch meatballs called bitterballs. It's like a meatball and gravy, so it's kind of like a wet meatball that's breaded and fried.
Okay.
And
balls. Don't you know?
I ain't never gonna let you go. Don't go.
Man, that sounds good.
City, walked into the door. I turned around when I heard the sound of footsteps on the floor. Said he was a killer. Now I know it's true. I'm dead when you walk out the door. Hey babe, I'm hooked on you. Can't stop now, don't you know? I ain't never gonna let you go. Don't go. Can't stop now, don't you know? I ain't never gonna let you go. Don't go.
Hey, everybody.
Can't stop now, don't you know? I ain't never gonna let you go. Don't go.
It's the shortest month of the year,
Don't you know?
so
I never gonna let you go.
good Lord willing, we'll get this pod out before the end of it. This is the February 2022 episode of Htwow, also known as High Tea with Old Waver, episode 55
Don't you
of the
Wow.
proper pod.
gonna let you go. Don't go. Can't stop now, don't you know?
He's Toby Pipes. He's the high tea part of High Tea with Old Waver. He is at Toby Pipes on Twitter. Hi, Toby.
Hello.
And my name is Dave, also known as Old Waver, at Old Waver on Twitter. One of my many nicknames, the one I prefer. Other ones are not so flattering. And I'm the Old Waver part of the equation. And Htwow is a song swap and a beer swap. We play songs for each other and we drink beer together. And we hope you enjoy the banter and the exposure to music new and old that is all kind of from the same branch of the family tree. That being new wave, post-punk, alt-rock. It's kind of our playground, right?
You're doing a thing in the air like you're casting a spell. Mm-hmm. Like a new wave spell.
We've been watching a lot of Harry Potter
Oh, really?
on the HBO Max, so maybe I'm channeling a little bit of my Hogwarts training.
I know you've been watching The Gilded Age as well.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Is it really good?
Yes, it's so good.
don't
I was
know.
never a huge Downton Abbey fan.
I was a big.
I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't like Downton Abbey. I just never dove in and made the full commitment. But Gilded Age is a prequel.
Oh, okay. It's New York, right?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York because Downton Abbey is like the turn of the century where failing English houses would go to America and try and marry wealthy American heiresses so they could bring their money over to England and keep their estates going and
Yeah,
repair
keep their
the castles.
Yeah, you gotta. Castles, I'm finding out, are expensive.
Takes a lot to maintain a castle, especially if you're
yeah.
going to staff it.
Gotta staff it.
But yeah, it's a super good show.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No, I was just interested.
And we kicked it off there with Don't Go by Yaz, Vince Clarke, and Alison Moyet.
Did you ever say Yazoo ever in your life?
No, because Yazoo was just in Europe. It was always Yaz in the U.S. I thought I was really cool when I was over in the UK and I found at a record store a copy of a Yaz record with the Yazoo name, and I bought it for you. And then I realized that that's pretty common.
I see. Is that backwards? I thought it was Yaz there and it had to be Yazoo here.
No, it was Yazoo there, but there was another Yazoo in the U.S., so they had to shorten it to Yaz.
You know, it's all very complicated. Dave.
It is.
But we're going to get to another band later that has a name thing, but that gets confusing as well, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
But that's a tie-in. I just did a tie-in and a tease at the same time.
So Don't Go was one of the hot jams from the debut album from Yaz or Yazoo, Upstairs at Eric's. which celebrates its 40th anniversary this year,
That's amazing.
if you can believe it.
When's the last time you listened to that in headphones?
Just now?
It is, before that.
Oh gosh, it's been a while.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
There's something, I think that will be something with 80s synth music. It's such a clean signal into the, when they recorded it. It's just always going to sound good. Like,
so
was
any of that through amps, or was it all directly into the board?
That I would think that is all line in straight to the board. Unless it's going through like an echo unit or something like that. But they probably always add that after.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's why it always sounds so clean and pure.
It does sound good.
It's amazing.
For 40 years old, pretty
And
damn good.
Drum machines, you don't have to worry about mics and stuff like that. It just sounds tight and good.
Well, it is our Htwow album of the month.
Unbelievable. That's great, too.
And if you don't know what that means, if this is your first time joining us, it means that you, as a listener of this podcast, have a chance to win a brand new 40th anniversary vinyl pressing of Yaz Upstairs at Eric's. All you have to do is go to our vinyl sponsor, positivespin.com, positive with a Z instead of an S. And they have a little banner at the top that says Htwow Album of the Month. You click on that and you give them an email address, and you have pretty good odds. I don't know what the current average of entries is, but you'd be surprised. You have a better chance of winning that than maybe anything. I don't know.
Than the Texas Lotto?
For sure, the Texas Lotto. You might have a better chance of winning Upstairs at Eric's than you would winning a quarter pounder in McDonald's Monopoly, or a small fry. It's probably the same odds as winning a small fry in Monopoly.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
It'd be kind of cool if they did.
Did you ever watch the documentary about the people that scammed it?
No. Is that a real thing?
Yeah. I can't remember if it's Netflix or Prime. But yeah, there was a whole thing, I guess maybe in the early 90s when Monopoly was huge. And so people that were in the marketing company that was helping McDonald's put it on, they had access to all the winning tickets.
Oh, not like the printer?
No, but they printed the winning tickets in special batches because they were extremely rare, and they would send them out to different locations randomly.
The golden ticket.
But
what did you have to get? What do you get if you win it? What's the big prize?
I don't know, like $100,000 or
okay,
$1 million.
It's $1 million.
Yeah, or like a vacation home or an RV. They had all kinds of stupid prizes.
You did take a jump from $100,000 to $1 million.
I don't know. I mean, there were different incarnations of the game, but the main thing is that there were people that had access to these winning game pieces that would find friends and relatives and hook them up and say, hey, I'm going to give you this winning game piece. Say you bought it at this McDonald's, and then give me a piece of the action after you claim your prize.
B&O Railroad? G&O Railroad? B&O.
Yeah.
B&O.
Anyway, it was a big deal.
Do you remember what you had to get to, or was it pretty random? Like you had to have Baltic Avenue or something?
Yeah, I don't know if there was instant winners, or if you had to.
Like it was hard to get the three that
whatever
on Park Place.
Boardwalk and Park Place and whatever the other one, the ones right before Go.
Atlantic Avenue.
The prime real estate. Anyway, why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Let's play Monopoly later.
We do need to play some ping pong later. We'll talk about that.
We are.
But anyway, you have good odds is the point. You can give them an email address at positivespin.com, positive with a Z, and try and win a copy of Yaz Upstairs at Eric's.
Woo!
Brand new sealed vinyl 40th anniversary copy.
Amazing. I want one. You have one, don't you?
I think a vinyl copy of that record?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
mean, it's an old one. I don't know pressing or anything.
I do too. I think I have 2 of them because for a while there you could just find them at a random record store.
Right.
It's harder to find now. But I think mine are kind of beat up. Like they were from some old DJ one or something where they kind of...
They got some scratches all the way across.
Yeah, or just remnants of some... whatever coke they were doing off of the upstairs at Eric's while they were mixing something, or...
It does have the weird cover with the mannequins.
Mm-hmm. That's on our playlist. Right here is the cover. See?
Oh, I thought it was like Mannequin.
No.
We're going to play something from the theme of Mannequin.
Have you ever seen the movie Mannequin?
I have.
That was one of my first real dates and when I was a freshman in high school.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe 8th grade. I went to go see Mannequin with someone.
Did you put your arm around her?
Oh, yeah.
Did you cup like side boob?
No, I'm a gentleman, Dave. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. So that's where we are on that. But
I won't press further then.
Mannequin, what was it? There was a really... Was that and we can build this thing together. Was that
Starship? Wasn't? Yeah, maybe. And wasn't that Kim Cattrall, the Sex and the City chick?
Is it?
I think so.
And
Matthew Modine? No.
No, it's the dude from Pretty in Pink, or it wasn't him?
Oh yeah. What's his name?
Is it Danny Glover?
Eric Andre?
Is it?
Eric Stoltz?
No, it's not. What's his name from, the guy that's in Less Than Zero and everything.
In the Brat Pack.
Is it not Less Than Zero, Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire? Why can't I remember his name right
I
now?
don't know. I'm going to have to tell you. Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah, that's him, right?
Everyone's screaming at us. Andrew McCarthy.
No, my brain. It's not. Well, I didn't think you were going to bring up Mannequin today.
Well,
you caught me off guard, but I knew it was him.
The Yaz cover got us there. And before we get to the tunes today, and just to give you a little heads up, we're playing new stuff today, and we're very much on the same page. As a matter of fact, we had a common selection that I ended up winning the arm wrestling battle. Mm-hmm. And teasing ahead, next month, big month in March, we are going to do a full career retrospective of Tears for Fears.
Yes.
Including the brand new record called The Tipping Point. So, anyway, new music coming down the pike in just a moment. So the other part of the song swap and the beer swap is, of course, the beer. And our sponsor is Goodfriend Package, although I did not go to Goodfriend Package today, partly because of Winter Storm Mach 2 in North Texas, but also because I had so much beer left over from Super Bowl, which we'll talk about at the end of the pod.
Man, by the time this comes out, people will be by their swimming pool probably and be like, winter?
Right. Winter, Super Bowl. When did you guys record this?
God.
So I had to reconnoiter things in the beer fridge, and I had to figure out some stuff to bring. And so one of the things that I brought, a brewery that we have enjoyed before on the pod a couple of times, from Dallas, Manhattan Project.
We like them.
We do like them. We like their minimalist, kind of Art Deco creative on the cans.
Nice cans.
Although it is hard to read because it's really skinny silver type on a white can. But we are drinking Double Half-Life, which is a hazy IPA. I guess that means it's double hopped, and it's an 8%er. How do you feel about it?
It tastes nice. Do they always, because it's the Manhattan Project, is it always a bomb?
Yeah, because Manhattan Project was the code name for the atomic bomb.
I get that. I just don't remember it being a bomb on the last one. They have it on all of them?
I don't know if it's always a bomb, but it's always something.
Because you know how they've done this. I was like, oh, Manhattan Project, I get it, bomb, whatever. But it also sort of looks like a beehive.
They have one that's called Bikini Atoll, which is like where they did the nuclear testing or the atomic testing, the island that they would blow to hell.
And we need to party with these guys. I like their theme.
And then there's also one that we've done on the pod that's like plutonium something, like the isotope that they would use to make the bombs, whatever.
Well, I like their little grenade bomb thing on the top.
Yeah, looks kind of like a pineapple. I don't know if that means that it's got some pineapple notes.
It looks. Pineapple.
There's no way I could possibly read the copy on the back. So unless you have readers and want to read what's on the back, we can just skip that part.
I don't need readers, Dave. Double Half-Life is the Goldilocks of IPAs. It's not too bitter, not too sweet, and not too dry. It's just right.
See, there you go.
As the name implies, it has all the same characteristics of Half-Life. Do you know what that means?
Well, there's another beer in their catalog called Half-Life.
It's juicier, heavier, and a bit happier. Oh, hoppier. and definitively higher on the ABV. Okay, so it's
8%er.
Yeah, it'll get you. And
so
yes,
the regular Half-Life is probably like 5%.
Okay, and you'll love the last line. Are you ready?
Yes.
And yes, it's just as crushable.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
At the end, they put it's just as crushable. And do you see this at the bottom? You can see that it has a bitterness scale.
Oh wow. And we're halfway. We're right in the middle, like they said, Goldilocks.
Up at the top, they have pairs well with aged Gruyere cheese, biscuits, and garlic. Now, do they mean biscuits like cookies, like an English biscuit, or do they mean
probably more like buttermilk biscuit?
Like a buttermilk biscuit. All right. Either way, mirrored print on white will sneak right up on you, but still, we got there.
Have you noticed, by the way, speaking of biscuits,
what you got?
That they're consistently sold out at the grocery store?
Biscuits?
Yeah, biscuits, cinnamon rolls, crescent rolls.
I have not noticed that.
All the Pillsbury ready-to-bake stuff, it's all gone.
Because of the coldness?
Because of like supply chain, just shortages.
Oh.
Can't get your biscuits.
It wasn't just because everyone went out and bought their double Half-Life?
No.
Okay, so there's a single Half-Life.
Yes. Well, it's just Half-Life. It doesn't say single.
Well, it's all starting to make sense to me, and I hope it's making sense to everyone else.
It's like how World War I was just the Great War until World War II, and then they started calling it World War I.
Man, you are blowing my mind, Chief.
Thank you.
History.
But hey, even though they didn't give us these beers, please go see our friends at Goodfriend Package, 1155 Peavy Avenue in Far East Dallas, Casa Linda. They make breakfast there. They make lunch there. They have Cultivar coffee. They have beers to go. And they're right across the street from Goodfriend Beer Garden and Burger House. So.
And they're good people. That's why it's called Goodfriend.
Yeah.
You feel warm when you go in there.
They're our buds, so please support them.
And they have glorious beards.
All right, so let's get into the tunes. We have meandered long enough. This is the band that we fought over. We did Indian leg wrestling in the middle of your living room. Mm-hmm. And it was very erotic, but also decidedly won by me because of my powerful quads.
Well, the question is, are we going with the song you said, or I have all three up here, so.
Okay. So the band is called Sea Power. They used to be called British Sea Power, and we'll talk more about that after we play the jam. But they are from England, and this album just came out. It's entitled Everything Was Forever. And I think it maybe is their best complete album in their entire history.
How old are they?
Let's see.
You don't need to look it up, but I mean, what do you think?
I have it here. So they formed in 2000.
Brothers, right? Two brothers?
Yeah, there's two brothers, and then 4 other dudes in the band. And the first record, Decline of British Sea Power, came out in 2003.
Okay, because they were called another British Officers of something, right? Before they even changed it to British Sea Power. You don't have to look that up now. We'll get the name during the tune, but they had to change it to British Sea Power.
Well, I think it says they were British Air Power, and then they switched it to British Sea Power.
That's right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think they had to. I think that they just thought British Sea Power was better.
Yeah.
Which it kind of is.
Yes. And so this new record is their first.
Wait, how old are they? What did you say? When was that first one?
2003.
Okay. To us, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it is. That's a long time ago.
This is their 8th full length. They also have a couple of soundtrack albums that they've done, but those don't count.
They've been a band 7 times as long as the Beatles.
Right?
That's not true. Probably like 3 times.
So their 8th full length record, not counting soundtracks, which they've done a couple of. And I have not really paid much attention to them since like 2013.
Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say is when the first record came out, 2003, Decline of British Sea Power, I saw them at South by.
Where?
Down in Austin.
No, I know, but where at South by?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember.
It wasn't like some cool venue or some church or something?
No, I mean, it was on 6th Street. It was, this was 2003, so it was before South by Southwest was insane.
Okay, so they were like in a tent and...
No. It was a night show. It was a showcase, and it was at a bar on 6th Street, but I just don't remember the name of it.
Okay, that's cool.
But, yeah, so I go all the way back. I have followed their entire career except for the last 10 years. But I was excited to hear that this new record was coming out because, like I said, they were one of my pet bands that I liked and I felt like nobody else liked. But turns out that this new record is registering with people and they're enjoying it and they're getting a good amount of press due to the name change.
Are they on some new label or anything, or they just... It doesn't...
I don't know.
I can't remember what they were on before, but I feel like
they're on Rough Trade.
Oh, then that's great.
So I don't know if they've been on Rough Trade for a while.
I bet they have.
But they're on Rough Trade now.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we have 3 songs to pick from because we both picked one song in common. Then I had another favorite song that I was gonna play, and you had another song that you were thinking about playing. So the song we had in common was called Transmitter, track 2 on the record. Then the song that I decided that I wanted to play because my wife liked it better was Green Goddess.
Off Mic Wife?
Yeah, Off Mic Wife liked Green Goddess, and Green Goddess is the one that's getting some airplay on the BBC right now. Mm-hmm. And then what was the one? Oh, Two Fingers was the one that you also were considering, and that was the first single off the record. So now we have to decide which one we're going to play. We can always play another one on the After Dark.
Do you want me to play a little snippet of each that our readers don't have to hear right now why we play them, and then get a vibe for it, and then we'll just pick the one we feel like that's it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever method you want to do.
Let's just get a little touch of each, and then we'll...
It's a little taster.
It's a little taster.
So I think we table Green Goddess because I think it's pretty, but it doesn't hit as hard.
I think it's Transmitter, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the one that we both liked. So I think that
we'll hit the middle.
I think that means something.
I mean, off mic wife is gonna be mad at us.
No, she doesn't care. She doesn't listen to the pod anymore.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, she listened to the After Dark, and she said that Off Mic Wife has been killed off, that she will not be appearing again.
Oh, why?
Because she was just like,
She was
God,
embarrassed.
Off Mic Wife is annoying. She's
But
terrible.
really funny, though.
She's terrible.
It was funny.
Yes, by the way, the After Dark is the drunken after party of this podcast. And if you're interested, go to patreon.com and search Htwow, or go to oldwaver.com and click premium.
But this one is a jam. Transmitter's a jam.
Yeah, so we're going to go with our gut, because both Toby and I, independently, without consulting one another, picked this song. And so I think that means that you need to hear it now. This is Transmitter, off the brand new C-Power record on Htwow.
Okay, I'm guessing that goes into another song.
That goes into Two Fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hey.
Wait a minute there, Dave.
Now, don't get it twisted. 2 fingers is how you measure liquor.
That's exactly right.
2 fingers of bourbon.
Two fingers of bourbon. Man, that's a good jam.
It is a good jam. Got that krautrock beat.
He does have a Ian McCullough thing going, doesn't he? Every now and then.
he actually has dialed it in a little bit because he used to be breathier. Mm-hmm. So the two brothers are the 2 frontmen. So there's Jan and Hamilton, and they take turns singing, songwriting.
God, isn't that annoying when bands do that?
I know. Why would you want to work with your brother?
And you both sing, man, that's cool.
Well, I guess you couldn't decide who's a singer. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
That's not going to cause problems.
So I think Jan sings most of the time. I don't, and they sound similar. I think that was Jan. I'm never actually sure which one is singing what.
It doesn't matter. It sounds good. That was good.
Yeah, and so they made headlines in the UK leading up to the release of this record because, as I mentioned, they changed their name. They were British Sea Power, and then they changed their name to just Sea Power. They dropped the British part. And so when they were young, they named themselves British Sea Power because it was kind of ironic. It was a callback to when Britain ruled the seas back in like the 1600s and 1500s when they had more ships than anyone else and they colonized the world, right? Mm-hmm. Now they're just this tiny, smattering of islands that, is still a world power, but definitely doesn't wield the influence that it once did.
They're doing fine.
And so they decided before this record came out that they wanted to drop the British part, mostly because of the whole Brexit thing and because there was such a surge of British nationalism that they didn't want to be confused with that movement, and they just thought it would be better to drop that part of their name.
I did not put that together.
Yeah, they released a whole statement, and it's, if you want to look up their Insta or their face space or whatever, I'm sure their statements are still up there, or their website.
It sounds political.
Yeah, I mean, but they weren't trying to be overtly political. And politics are similar but very different in the UK. You can't, it's not apples to apples looking at left and right in the United States and in the UK, but there are similarities. And they just didn't want to be confused with anything that would be deemed as nationalistic.
Or that they didn't agree with.
Yeah, because they're inclusive and they love everyone. And they don't want to close off to anyone. So anyways, so they dropped the British part. And so now they're just Sea Power. And they also kind of maybe took things a little bit more seriously, because they always kind of had a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek. They would have, maybe a silly throwaway song here or there. When they played live, especially I remember when I saw them at South by Southwest, they would decorate the stage with shrubberies. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the show, like the last couple songs, they would have a dude come out in a bear costume.
Okay.
And dance. They're just wacky.
They used to kind of wear like military?
I think they wore like scouting uniforms.
Okay, yeah.
And so, yeah.
That's a form of military.
Yeah, I mean, they were wacky kids, and they were trying to balance their more rock sensibilities with their sense of humor and their sense of irony, right?
It's fun to have fun until it's a beating.
Right.
And that everyone should live by that.
And so when they went in to do this record, they were like, this just, one, they were kind of tired of it. Mm-hmm. That they didn't want to do the bits anymore. And also they kind of had a real kind of soul-searching conversation with themselves. Like, how many How many bands that you think are great bands have a great sense of humor?
Well, I mean, you can have a sense of humor for a very long time.
Right, but I'm saying that they were like, which bands can you name that are consistently funny, that use humor in their music, that are also considered a great band?
Yeah, no, I get it. They basically just got,
like
got
Frank
older.
Zappa, and that's like the end of the list.
Yeah, and that's a beating. But they
Weird Al.
they just got older, and that's all there is
Yeah,
to
they
it.
they just got older, and they wanted to do something that was a little more earnest and a little bit more, of their current sensibility, and that's what they did, and I think it's great. I think the whole thing is really good.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Dave. Very good. Nice pick on that band that I picked as well.
But I picked it first because I saw
How do
them
you
in
know you
2000.
picked it first?
I saw them in 2003 in Austin at South by Southwest at some stinky bar with 20 other people. So
Okay.
I
That's why I
win.
let you have them.
and
Then I can go on to my next thing.
yeah. So now it's your turn.
Okay.
We switch off, and now Toby gets to let us into the mind of the foremost, the preeminent music detective on the internet.
I'm going to add like a little horn sound right then. I'm going to go back a little further than you did because that band's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy's been around for even a little bit longer, Dave. But still new stuff. This is a new thing. Brand new.
Brand new.
Brand new. And I didn't think you were going to bring the Sea Power. I thought you were going to bring this, which is the new Andy Bell, and not the singer of Erasure, Andy Bell.
Yeah, that would have tied in with Yaz, but no.
No, this is Ride, Andy Bell. And like you said before, what, Glock?
Yeah, he has kind of an electronic project named Glock.
Do you like Glock? I don't know if I know Glock.
I haven't really listened to it. I just kind of it wasn't that long ago that the most recent one came out.
Well, I listened to a lot of the tunes from the new record, and when I say a lot, it's because, man, you should see the list. I feel like this is when he sat down and before they started a Ride record, this is what he would do before they recorded the record. I think he's just done his own little thing here.
Like he's just recording demos, but this is stuff that he's like, I don't think this is a Ride thing. This is a me thing.
Man, I think lockdown in the UK was a little bit more intense.
Yeah, I think it was.
And so I think he just wrote a bunch of songs, and this is what came out. But it's good. I can't decide between two songs, though.
Now,
And there was a lot that I couldn't decide from, but I narrowed it down to at least two.
Now, if you don't know Andy Bell from Ride, you might know another band that he's in.
Yeah, pretty big band.
Oasis.
Yeah, he became the bass player for Oasis, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a guitar player in Ride and also in Hurricane Number 1.
Mm-hmm. Really did make me really look at the article I first saw that, because I was just like, what is the dude from Erasure doing? And
That's just a weird collaboration.
I mean, I get it. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. But yeah, when it's like, oh, it's the dude from Ride. So it totally makes sense. And he looks cool, and he's got the whole,
Yeah, and he's not one of your mates from when you were in school. He's
super
professional
talented.
musician.
Yeah, he's super talented guy. So he probably added a lot to the later Oasis stuff. But do you want to do the same thing, that you hear a little bit of each of these and we pick it?
Sure, yeah, because I've not heard any of this.
Okay, because it's pretty good.
Okay, if you want to
We'll
just give little tasters.
All right, we'll go now. Here's tasting. Tasting has begun. The whole thing is like a wine tasting, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
We're just giving a little sip, and then we're figuring out which one we want to drink.
Is that it?
I had like 6 more I could do, but I narrowed it down to those 2 so we wouldn't have to listen
I
to
guess
them.
Something Like Love was the single. I don't know if that was one of the ones that you liked.
That one was very moody and really good. No drums ever come in. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I went for when it kind of, these kind of kick off at some point. I mean, I can go either way on that. That's what I couldn't... Should we do World of Echo? Let's just do that.
Was that the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one that grabbed me more.
Okay. So we'll do World of Echo. We're choosing between It Gets Easier or World of Echo. We picked World of Echo. Tough decision, but like I said, the whole record's good. Like
There's like 17 tracks on this record?
Yeah, I'm telling you. It
or
goes
18 tracks.
It goes on forever. It was
Dude.
hard to go through them all. And I was even jumping a little bit like that. And then when I found something, I was like, man, this is good. But there were like 10 of them I could have picked.
He was productive in lockdown.
Yeah. He had nothing to do except jam a lot. But anyway, this is World of Echo. And strangely, it starts off with an echo, Dave. Just thought that'd be interesting for you for a little side note.
It's a great note.
Here we go.
That was good. That was like the Laws meets Stone Roses.
Yeah, like meets the Monkees. There's something there, though, right? His voice still sounds really nice. I mean, he's got to be in his 50s, right?
Yeah.
60, maybe?
I can't wait to listen to the whole thing. I'm going to listen to it on my drive back.
Dude, it is really good. Like
We are coming at you from the station studios in College Station.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I think you're going to like it. And it's, most of the time when some band puts out a 17-song thing or 18 songs, you're like, really, dude?
You couldn't edit a little bit?
But, man, I think he just had a lot he wanted to do. He's been playing with other people and had, put out a record. He probably, I don't know who recorded or who did it, but I'm guessing he did everything by himself.
Probably.
But, sounds great.
Love it. Man.
Love the reverb. Love the ride. I'm glad he's back. That's kind of cool.
We're crushing this so far.
I know, we're doing great.
This pod really is off to a wonderful start.
All right, let's end it. Let's have more beers, though.
Yeah, we're about to dive into beer 2, which is going to be very exciting for Toby.
I know.
Before we do, I was going to ask you, do you like my new merch here?
Yeah, I was going to mention that right when you walked in the door, but I knew you were going to say something later. What kit is that? I've never seen that one.
Oh,
it's the
just
Everton, jumper.
It's a quarter zip. It's a pre-game warm-up, like trainer thing.
Okay, and so, but those colors are so un-Everton.
Yeah, well, it's like kind of an off-white, and it's got the blue.
It looks like Juventus in a weird way.
Kind of, yeah. But I think they were having like a relegation sale. Everything on the team store was like 20% off.
They're not going to get relegated.
I know, I'm just kidding. Well, knock on wood, they're not going to get relegated.
They're not going to get Everton will be in the middle always.
I trust in Super Frank. We're only like 3 points clear at this point.
It's fine. Everything is going to be fine.
4 points clear. I don't know. Anyways,
they need to get a new sponsor. It's going to be Hummel forever, seriously. But still, that's a nice shirt.
Well, I think they are going to have maybe a new kit provider, maybe a new sponsor.
Oh, if they are, then that's why they're doing this.
Yeah, they're just clearing out the warehouse. So I just bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a couple of throwback things, and
man, that's dope. Yeah, I noticed it right away. I was like, this is new.
I know. Yeah, I got to represent, even though they're terrible.
It's okay. That's the beauty of soccer. Is that while everything sucks, you just have to just roll with it.
They really are the perfect team for me.
They are. I have
just the most beaten down, almost second tier, flirting with first tier occasionally, but not in a long time. Really kind of like, they haven't won as much as the Cowboys, but they kind of match my Cowboys fandom. They haven't won anything in 20-some years.
Well, first thing is, that's the first jersey I ever bought as an Everton one.
Was it because of your Soccer America subscription?
No. Well, no. I was in England, as a 15-year-old, and I just liked the way that it was when they had the NEC.
That's what I bought. I bought a 1987 throwback kit.
That's the year that I got
logo.
It with the super blue color.
Yeah.
I love the way it looked.
Yeah.
So I got it, and my English friend, Tony, when I came back with it, he was just like, Everton? Why did you pick an Everton jersey? And I was just like, I just liked it. I thought it looked cool. And he was just like, yeah, you're not going to like Everton. Don't worry about that.
All right. So it is time for beer number 2. And I was going to spring this on Toby because Toby always puts up with maybe not his favorite beer selections on this program.
It's okay.
You don't always you don't get to pre-approve what I pick up from Goodfriend or what I bring from my beer fridge.
I downed this double Half-Life. This thing is, man, that thing went down
it's getting me lit.
Yeah.
But I decided to do you a favor because, as I mentioned, I was trying to clean house after everybody, I had loaded up beer for the Super Bowl, and then everybody brought beer, and then everybody drank wine. So I had tons of leftover beer. So our second beer is a beer that is very near and dear to both of us, but primarily to Toby. It is Amstel Light.
I think
Would you like me to hand you one?
I'm tearing up as we're talking about it because there has to. Should I say the background of what happened here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is
Hold on.
Okay, ready? Go ahead. So this is what happened in Texas to me. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, that's a Htwow opener. What do you call these things? They call them something.
Church key.
Church key, yeah. So this is what happened to me. And I felt like for a while that with like Sanic shoes and just like anything that I really liked, people were taking things away from me because they were just like the owner of whatever just decided, I don't want to make those shoes anymore, or you can't find these anymore. But at least I always had my Amstel. And then one dark year, I guess probably almost 4 or 5 years ago, Amstel decided to make a workout beer to compete with Michelob Ultra called Amstel X Light.
Yes. The letter X and L-I-G-H-T or L-I-T-E? I think it was L-I-G-H-T.
I think it was, yeah.
Super ugly.
Terrible can, the skinny can like the Ultra cans. It tasted like watered down. I mean, think about it. This beer is not a heavy drinking beer. This is about as light as you can get. It's like a 3.8 or something. Is it?
I can't read it.
I'm almost positive it is. I mean, I've gone over this thing.
3.5? Is that 3.5?
Where are you seeing it?
Bottom right of the front label.
Oh, the front. Yeah, it's a 3.5.
Yeah.
So that's why
that's a session beer.
That's why I used to love these, is because I could drink, you know, like say a show day or some just day drinking day. You can have, what, 75 of these? 95?
Yeah, it's just like water.
Yeah, so why do you need to go lighter than this? I didn't you know what I think they did? I think they even made the alcohol content higher, but made the carbs lower, even though the carbs are super low. I just don't know what they did, but they only did it in 3 states: Massachusetts, Texas, and I think Arizona or New Mexico, whichever one of those. But if you're going to blow it as a beer company, why would you pick Texas to try something out? So what has happened to me, and what happened to everyone in Texas, they took the regular Amstel Light off of the shelves. It completely, absolutely flopped, right? No one bought it.
The X Light, yeah, no one bought it.
No one bought X Light. Everyone,
it was in market for maybe a year. Then it disappeared. But then when it disappeared, they didn't bring Amstel Light back. They just brought in like Heineken Light.
Yeah, but the main reason is, and the only reason why I know is because I've asked the liquor beer guy at HEB, I guess just beer wine guy, and he said the reason why Amstel is not in the stores, and this is what the Amstel guy said too, is because when they're making their orders, the people that are ordering the beer think that Amstel Light is Amstel X Light, and they know it doesn't sell, so they're not ordering it because they're not realizing it was the Amstel Light from before that now we can get in Dallas because we found the 3 stores they have it.
Yep.
Which, should we say?
No. If you go up and down Greenville Avenue, you'll find it.
So before like the Super Bowl party, or we go to Craig's or anything like that, we're cleaning these places out of Amstel Light, and I'm just happy that it's even back. And it got back to Dallas barely at the start, at maybe like October last year, November.
Yeah, it's been less than a year.
So we had a 5-year hiatus of no Amstel at all, unless you went to Louisiana.
But it was a staple.
This is all we did.
Back in our barfly days.
I know.
Look at that. Look at that beauty.
I'm so excited about this.
Did I ever tell you about my experience in the Dutch Antilles?
I think you mentioned it, but I can't remember.
If you're a Ticket P1, you might remember the not so famous rant story about the Dutch meatballs giving me food poisoning on my way back from Curacao.
You and Mike Reiner both have a meatball story?
Yes.
Okay. What happened? What went wrong?
So I was in Curacao with the ex before the ex. Mm-hmm. And we were visiting a friend of hers. And we went, on the day before we were leaving, we went to this kind of beach club and had some Amstels and these Dutch meatballs called bitterballs. It's like a meatball and gravy. So it's kind of like a wet meatball that's breaded and fried.
Okay.
And
Bowls.
And because Curacao is part of the Dutch Antilles, it's Dutch territory, they had an Amstel brewery on the island down in the Caribbean. And so you could get 2 beers at most places. You could get Amstel, look just like this, just without the light.
Yeah, it was just
Amstel.
I've had that in Europe.
Same beer.
Yeah.
But they just take the light part off. The light part is for Americans.
I guess so, yeah.
And then they had another version that was called Amstel Bright that you would put like a lime in. It was like a Corona.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
It was more kind of Mexican-style beer, like a Dutch/Mexican-style beer.
That is tough to find.
Yeah, Amstel Bright you can't find anywhere in the U.S., I don't think. But that was the main drink on the beach. So we were drinking Amstel Brights, having bitter balls, and then the next morning we have to fly home, and both my ex and I come down with horrific food poisoning from the aforementioned bitter balls.
Bitter ball.
Coming out of both ends.
Oh my God.
It hits us when we're at the airport. So
okay, not on the plane yet.
Not on the plane yet. We're waiting for our plane, and so we're in the disgusting bathrooms at the Curacao airport. Mm-hmm. Then we finally get on the plane. Think we both end up having to bomb the plane lavatory as we're flying, and we're flying to Miami to then fly back to Dallas. However, because of some scheduling problem, we have to stop off in Haiti to pick up some people that were stranded in Haiti. And so we're just dying, food poisoning, dehydrated.
Your plane stopped off in Haiti to pick up some people that were stranded.
Yes. And so we land in Haiti.
Slightly weird.
As we're approaching the landing strip in the Haitian airport.
Uh-huh.
You know, you look out the window and you see all of the buildings near the airport, and
just beautiful.
Probably 3/4 of them didn't have roofs.
Yeah, yeah.
It just looks like a war zone. Haiti is just it's not doing well. And then we land, and so a couple people get off, and then we have to wait for the other people to get on. And you can see we're in the middle of the tarmac. There's no gate, so we're just in the middle of the tarmac, and there is a cement barricade, chain link fence, barbed wire at the top.
Why are you on the tarmac?
Dudes with AKs lined up, and then tons of Haitian people against the fence, just wanting to get out of Haiti, just trying to beg, borrow, steal their way onto any flight to get out of Haiti.
Haiti was not part of your trip before this.
No, this was a unscheduled stopover.
Okay.
And so yeah, so I had I may have diarrheaed in Haiti. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my Amstel bitter balls story.
Man, that sucks. Why? Did you look? What were there like meerkat moments when the guy came over the thing and said, "By the way, we're gonna stop off in Haiti
Yeah.
to pick up some people that are stranded." Was this a private jet?
No, this was like one of the American Eagle type
Okay.
commuter jets.
Was anyone else around you alarmed by this?
Yeah, everyone was. Everyone was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Because it really is wild.
I mean, when you're making the approach in Haiti, you don't know if somebody's just gonna haul off and fire a gun up at the plane like, "Fuck you."
Oh my God, Dave, I hate that happened.
Yeah.
But
Curacao is beautiful. Dutch Antilles fun.
and tourist tip: don't eat the bitter boughs.
Don't eat the bitter boughs.
Now we know.
Okay, now we finished talking about
Bow.
Amstel. I have a very interesting and topical segue between my next jam and your last jam.
Okay.
So you just played the new Andy Bell of Ride, his solo album that just came out. The album that I am going to play was remixed and mastered by Mark Gardner of Ride.
What are the chances of that? Did you just find that out by looking stuff up a second ago?
No, I knew that. I knew it because
Holy
I did
weird.
my homework beforehand.
I did not.
So the next thing that I'm going to play is a band called Blushing. I need to give a special shout out to a band called Reptalians.
Okay.
I'm going to play them on the After Dark because they were what I was going to play here. But then last night I ended up listening to this Blushing record.
Like if you like them, you like this kind of thing?
No. Just the Blushing just came out. It came out last Friday from the time that we're recording this. And so I happened to listen to it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Did Ride break up?
No, they're still going strong.
Oh, okay.
They're just taking a hiatus.
I was just wondering. So they're all just doing other shit,
Yeah, they're just doing other stuff.
like mixing Blushing.
Yes. So Blushing is another Austin success story. Can you believe it?
Weird. Okay. So
Do you want the thumbnail description of what's going on here before the jam?
Are they related to anyone? Do we know them already? Were they in other bands?
No.
This is a brand new thing.
It's a brand new thing.
How old they be?
I mean, they look like they're 30s. Like
Okay.
they've been around. Okay, so here's the deal. Two dudes, Jacob Soto and No Carmona, they grew up together in El Paso.
Okay, I love it.
They were best buds in El Paso. And then they moved to Austin in 2009. And then independently, they both meet hot chicks at a bar in Austin called Sidebar. Have you ever been to Sidebar?
Golly, that sounds familiar. Where is that?
I don't know.
That sounds familiar though, doesn't it?
So let's see. God, I don't know who's married to who, but so Jacob. Oh yeah, okay. So Jacob meets Michelle, and No meets Christina, and they both get married, and they all become friends, right? And so No and Jacob are already musicians. Jacob's a drummer. No is a guitar player. They knock around in Austin bands, whatever. And so Michelle, during COVID, Michelle decides that she wants to learn guitar.
Okay.
And she starts, and she also decides that she wants to start singing, right? And writing songs. So she's laying down some tracks. And then her best friend, Christina, who is a classically trained singer, she's like, why don't you have a better voice than me? Why don't you sing these songs? And then Christina's like, well, why don't I learn to play bass? And so they start messing around, the two wives writing songs together.
Girl bass players are great.
And then the husbands are like, hey, what are you girls working on? And they listen to this stuff and they're like, hey, we want in on this. And so they join the band. So it's chicken a dude, husband and wife, husband and wife.
It sounds like you own a like a weird, like greasy restaurant.
Chicken a dude.
Chicken a dude. I need a chicken a dude and a chicken a dude.
Well, we talk about how many bands these days are chicken a dude.
Chicken a dude. But
like
now
Beach
it's
House.
two chicken
Yeah.
a dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's square. It's square area.
Yeah. So, I don't know if, they've ever had a swapping moment. I don't
There's
want to
no reason to
speculate.
get into that
I don't
stuff.
know if they have any kind of Fleetwood Mac vibes.
I'm pretty
going
sure
on.
there wasn't. That was not in the bio.
It's not in the bio.
So I bet everything's fine. I bet that they used to just sit around and have wine together and then eventually found out everyone's good at stuff and then started a band. I bet it was just as simple as that.
Probably. Okay, so here are the main points that you need to know before we listen to this song.
Chicken a dude.
Chicken a dude. So Blushing, they are a shoegaze throwback.
Okay, that seems to be the new thing.
Yeah, so the entire record is a mishmash of Ride, My Bloody Valentine, Lush, Chapter House, a little bit of the crunchy guitar of Catherine Wheel, Slow Dive, all of it.
And that's why they got the dude from Ride involved.
Yeah, all of it thrown together and jumbled up. It's not necessarily the most original thing because it is a product of its influences. It very much is an echo of 90s shoegaze.
Okay.
But it's well done. They were friends with Elliot Frazier of Ringo Death Star. Do you know them?
I do not.
Ringo Death Star is a established shoegaze kind of noise pop band out of Austin. Mm-hmm. And so he produced and engineered the record. And then they got Mark Gardner of Ride to remix and master it. And then they also got Mickey Bereni of Lush to contribute vocals to a song.
Wow. How do they know all these people?
Well, I think they just... I think Mark Gardner, they met after a show in Austin. And they were like, hey, do you mind listening to our stuff?
Does
and
Mark
helping us
Gardner
out?
live in Austin now?
No, I think he was in there. He was touring through, and they
okay.
saw him after a show. And then I think the Mickey Bereni part, who was the lead singer of Lush, a lesser known but fantastic shoegaze band in the early 90s in the UK.
Big hit. They had that one. That
Sweetness
was
and Light.
Yeah, it was a monster.
Yeah, and Blushing has a song that sounds almost just like Sweetness and Light that I might play on the After Dark. But they reached out to her and sent her a demo. Hit her. They slid into her DMs, and so she wrote some additional lyrics and did a verse and some backing vocals on a track on the record. So it has the shoegaze pedigree. And the whole thing, like I said, it's not the most groundbreaking, but it's really good. It's well done.
Good.
I'm very excited to present Blushing not only to the Htwow masses, but to you, Toby, because I know that you've played in your fair share of shoegaze bands. You and I have an equal affinity for shoegaze, so I'm curious to see what you think about this one. Definitely gets serious My Bloody Valentine vibes at the end. This is a song called Lost Cat. This is Blushing from Austin on Htwow.
That's really shoegazy.
I told you. It's everything all in one.
Man, I wonder what their like were the I would like to know if the girls were into that or if the dudes were into it.
I don't know.
Like whoever had or they all met each other because they were all into. Like maybe the guys met the girls because they were already in bands like that.
I guess, maybe.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is their second full length. Their first on Canine Records.
Where K9 from?
Canine. It's a good question.
Thank you. I asked the right questions because I'm a music detective.
Don't know. Don't know. But the point is it's their second full length record, and it's good. I have not listened to anything other than this, so I don't know if they grew into this or if they shot out of the gate mashing up all of our shoegaze favorites at once.
Just being hot.
Yeah.
Like when you say they're good look, like what do you mean?
I didn't say they were good looking, but they are good looking.
I thought you said they met two hot girls.
Did I say that?
I think you might have.
I think I said they met their wives. I don't know.
No, I think you...
Well, judge for yourself. Here, there's the band photo. I mean, the wives are definitely better looking than the husbands. No offense, guys.
No
if
offense.
You ever hear
That's
this.
always bat out of your league, gentlemen.
I mean, I have basically gone 2 levels up.
You are...
Like, I am a AA player, and I am married to a major leaguer.
Yeah, somehow you got signed to the Chicago Cubs, and
I
everyone's
don't
just
deserve
like,
it.
What's up?
Yeah, so, but here's the thing. Because they're from Austin, and because they're new-ish, and because they are right up our alley, I think that we need to become friends with them.
I think we should.
I think that our other friends, Causeway, need to become friends with Blushing, and then
I think they should tour together.
I think Causeway and Blushing need to co-headline Htwow Fest.
Oh my God! Hey,
whenever
do you
that
know?
happens.
Do you know what I saw today?
What's that?
Did you get a memories thing today?
Oh, I didn't. Maybe, but I didn't look at it.
Do you get those?
Yeah, on the face base.
Yes, that's not Instagram. That's a face-based thing.
Yeah.
Guess what I got? What was today?
What was today?
4 years ago, Dave. Htwow had a live performance DJ set.
Oh, that's right, in the fort.
4 years ago today.
I don't think that place is still there.
What was the name of that thing?
It was it was the place
There's one in Deep Ellum.
a place next to Dada.
Yeah. Is that still there?
Off the record. Yeah,
Yep.
there was Off the Record Fort Worth that we DJ'd at.
Yep, I got a thing of here's your memories, and it's Todd on his DJ set.
Speaking of the fort,
I'm guessing they didn't last that long because when the DJ shows up to do their set, none of their gear works.
right, when you show up, you have to provide your own needles.
And anything to make any of the stuff work.
Yeah.
But
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know how this works.
not saying anything. But let's get better, people.
Yeah.
Let's get better.
And if you are the owner of an establishment in the Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, College Station, Bryan area, and you would like Htwow to crush a DJ set, htwowpod@gmail.com. Speaking of the fort,
We will hit a space bar and walk right off.
and drink Amstels on the back porch.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of the fort, Blushing will be appearing at Maine at Southside
We just played there.
on April 18th. It's a Monday, so it's going to be tough. But Blushing will be playing live and in person in Fort Worth on April 18th. I might try and make that.
I might try and make that.
I might like be real coy and be like, "Hey, you remember that podcast that no, you probably don't. Never mind. I'm so embarrassed."
They're not going to be friends with us because you just told them that their husbands are not good looking.
No, I said that the wives are better looking than the husbands, which is the way it should be.
They kind of have like a Chip and JoJo thing going on.
Right, exactly.
Like the girls have that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got the long dark hair. Mm-hmm. They look somewhat exotic.
And the dudes look like they.
Is exotic racist? No, can you?
I don't know.
If you say a girl looks exotic, does that get you canceled?
Either way, everything we're saying means they're not going to be friends with us.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
It's fine. We totally screwed that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, please.
Their next record should be called Shiplap.
Please check out Blushing, and we'll play another jam on the After Dark. All right, your turn.
All right, I get to play a song now, or do you have another story?
No. It's time for your final jam, and then we'll talk a little Super Bowl cleanup after your jam, because we've discovered that it's best if we save our drunken stories for the very end. That way, only the people that really care about it have to listen to it.
Yeah, and they can roll after whatever this. All right, well, here's the deal. This is another you pick it, but we don't have to play any of it. So I'm going to keep all this in there.
Okay.
We're just going to discuss it, because one or the other we're going to play in the After Dark.
Are we choosing between two artists or two songs?
Two artists.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. You're not really... It doesn't matter what you think of the tune. So there's a new Fontaines.
Yeah, we've I know we played them on the After Dark because they're one of Kevin's bands.
Oh, that's what he likes. He likes the Fontaines DC.
And I think we played a song off the last record when the last record came out, and they have a new record that's coming out in a month or two.
Well, it's on Spotify.
Yeah, they've released a couple singles, but the full record's not out yet.
Okay, well, there's a song called, there's one that they're pushing, but this is a song called I Love You that I liked better.
Okay.
However, 5 minutes long.
Yes. And then what is our other option?
Here's the other option. And they're hot right now, Dave. And it's a band called Warmduscher. Or Warmduscher. Would you like me to spell it?
Yes, please. I'm very confused.
WARMDUSHER. And it's a song called Fatso.
That sounds more of an After Dark thing to me.
I don't know.
You sure we don't need a teaser of it?
I'm just saying, if you want to pep it up, we should play Fatso. If you want it to stick with sort of the theme we're kicking on right now, we play the
Fontaines DC.
Fontaines.
Well, we can maybe. Let me see when that comes out. Hold on.
Would you like me to play a little snippet of each so
No,
you can pick?
I don't know. Hold on. Just hold on. So the new Fontaines DC comes out April 22nd, the whole thing. So we can save that.
All right, let's save it. We're gonna do Fatso. Let's go. I'm more excited about that. The Fontaines thing is very good, though.
Yes, I'm a fan of theirs. They're Irish, right? Or Scottish. Are they Irish or Scottish? Doesn't matter. We'll talk about it then.
I did zero research and sort of don't care.
Yeah, but they've definitely got a vibe. They are cool as hell.
But I think you do need to know this other band.
Okay, spell it again for me. Warmduscher?
Yes, Warmduscher. I'm just making up ways to say it, but warm, and then SCHER. How would you say that?
DUSCHER.
Yes.
That's Warmduscher. Like they're talking about Summer's Eve.
I don't think so, because that's not how you spell it.
I know, but they're phonetically spelling it.
Well, I have another one for the After Dark. That's another one like this, but they don't spell it it's a girl band, but they spell their name in a way that you probably wouldn't think, but the way you pronounce it, it's very shocking. But that's for later. That's called a tease, Dave.
I mean, I'm not a female, so I don't have firsthand knowledge, but I would imagine that you don't want to be a cold doucher.
No, you want to be a warm one.
Yeah, you want a warm doucher. Mm-hmm. Just for
see, aren't
comfort purposes.
Aren't you already happy that we picked this one?
Yes, and the
Okay.
song is called Fatso.
Yes, it is called Fatso. So would you like to hear it?
I'm intrigued. I have no idea what to expect. No idea where they're coming from.
I think it's going to be perfect to pick the episode up here at the end. Before,
All right.
Before your last.
Let's finish strong
Let's finish strong.
with Warmduscher.
Warmduscher, Fatso.
When push comes shoving and hands come marching, it's time to roll up both your sleeves. No time for pudding, don't pay the bill, man. Just tip her twice before you leave. Let them march the meatheads, drive the big machines. I'll take the flavored one-night stands to sweeten my dreams. 2-week vacations, no place to go. The sun is on my back, so fuck 'em all, let's go. Bills to the left, money to the right, girls to the left, bags to the right. Smartphone Sally stupid, texting out of control. Fatso's got Viagra and Peruvian gold. No time to waste, 8 hours to go until I'm at my desk, so let the good times roll. It's a good girl, bad boy, upside down world. It's a bad girl, upside down world, bad girl. It's a good girl, bad boy, upside down world. Money to the left, cops to the right, pills to the left, magic on the right, girls on the left, daddies to the right, letters on the left, cookies on the right. It's a good world, bad girl, upside down world. It's a good world, bad world, upside down world. Everybody's laughing because they don't want to drown in the tears of joy.
Right?
It just got a little stanky in here. Just kind of the opposite of what you think after a refreshing Warmduscher.
Man, it's good. I love it. If you're not digging it right away,
I mean, funk is not my go-to genre.
so what do you feel about that?
I mean, it was interesting and it was groovy and it was totally not what I expected.
Don't you want to see that, though? Supposedly the live show is intense.
I can imagine. That's wild. Where's he from? Do you know anything?
I know nothing. Should I start doing more work on this? Like figuring stuff out?
I mean, as a music detective, you
Look,
you do kind of check out early.
I'm not a people detective, Dave. I just find the music.
They're from London. They're on Bella Union.
Yeah, perfect.
And it's all one word.
Yeah.
Warmduscher.
Warmduscher. Aren't you glad? Of course they're on Belly Union because they're dope.
So they formed on New Year's Eve in 2014 as an impromptu house band at a party. And then they're like, this is kind of fun.
So one dude was like, I guess I'm the singer. Let's go.
They are known as the sleaziest, most debauched, and downright addictive experience in the London Underground.
It's awesome. I'm telling you, the second time you listen to that, you're going to be into it. Just give it one more chance later.
Okay.
It's really good. Everyone welcome to Warm Douching. You can thank me for it later.
Okay, so we're not entirely off base in examining the name.
Is it Warmduscher?
Well, I don't know the pronunciation, but the name Warmduscher or Warmduscher, all one word. It's a German word, and it means warm showerer.
See?
Someone who showers with warm water. And it refers to, in kind of slang terms, refers to someone perceived to be a little too soft and not hard enough for life in general, kind of a wimp or a pansy.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say, you're a Warmduscher, mate. Like, you can't handle a cold shower. You got to have just the right temperature for your gentle little skin.
Well, I like a warm shower.
I know, I do too.
So, I don't care. You can call me that all you want.
Well, maybe warm water is harder to come by in Germany and England.
It's not. There's warm water everywhere.
No. I don't know. Well, holy crap. This is like a whole other... I mean, I was excited to dive into the Andy Bell record, which I didn't know existed, and now there's a whole band that I didn't know existed.
There's a whole London underground thing that you're about to get into.
Uh-huh. Maybe we can throw on the latest record. So this is... What album is this from?
This is just a single.
Is it new-ish?
It is new.
Like 2022 new?
Yeah, 2022.
Wow. Look at how on top of things we are.
Dude, I'm telling you, I know what's going on in the London Underground.
Well, we just generally know what's going on in music that people need to care about.
Look at the symbol for the single. It looks like Van Halen.
Yeah, it's like Van Halen, but it's just a WD.
It's awesome. I'm telling you.
I'm into it.
Just get into it.
Love it.
Anyway, people love them. They love the live show. Like, look at that picture.
It's great. Do you want to know their stage names?
Yeah, of course.
Because they're all normal dudes that I guess have played in other bands in London, but they all have stage names. So the stage names for Warmduscher members include Clams Baker Jr., Lightning Jack Everett, Quicksand, Mr. Saltfingers Lovecraft, and the Witherer, aka Little Whiskers.
Okay, yeah. I want to know who the dude in the kimono is. This guy who's smiling. He looks like the Brian Eno of the group.
All right.
I
That
did
is
that for
wild.
you.
That is wild and crazy.
That for you.
Thank you.
Because I thought you needed to have a little levity.
We need to turn up the funk and play a little ping pong on your new table out there.
I know, man. What do you think about that?
That is, I mean, I haven't priced ping pong tables. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about ping pong table brands, but that is a solid piece of furniture out there.
I told you
got.
that was an impulse purchase, right?
It's yeah, because you and Pace were playing ping pong on just a dining room table with
we had
like a
one
Nerf net or something.
Yeah, we had one of those you can pull from one side to the other and clip it. And she was getting pretty good at it. And I was like, hey, and that's why she's good at this, is because when you play on a really tiny table for a while, guess what it's like when you get the big one?
So much more room to
She's
land your
just like,
shot.
I can't miss. Like, you can go anywhere you want. So, right before Christmas, I pull up to Academy. I think I was getting something for my dad or something. I don't know what I was doing. And I see someone loading a ping pong table into the back of their little SUV or whatever. And I was like, well, let me just go in and get what I'm getting. But I'm going to just swing by the ping pong tables.
Right.
Just to see.
Check it out.
Because I have no idea either. This
Yeah.
could be
When was the last time you priced
$100 or
ping pong table?
$1,000. I have no idea what a ping pong table costs. And so I cruise over, and of course it's in where like you get basketball goals and stuff.
The heavy equipment.
Yeah. And I walk over there, and there's one left on the ground in the box, right? And I look over. Dude, they're like only $250, $300. That big old thing out there.
Right.
Like, I thought they'd be way more than that. And so I find somebody, and I go, hey, how do I get this? Because I obviously can't, like, bring it up there. And he just goes, oh, bro. Long hair, dude. Looks like he's in the band I just played. He's like, just take a picture of that thing right there with your phone, like the code. And he goes, and man, we'll have it at your car. We'll bring it up there. And I was like, really? So if I'm going to get this, you'll just take it out there? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, and that costs like $250. He was like, yep, this is the last one. And I went, load it up, Chief. And so I got a ping pong table, set it up Christmas night, because Santa brought it.
Oh.
With all intentions of this was eventually going to be in the garage next to the
sauna.
And it hasn't left the living room because we just play it all the time. Like, what am I doing? Having dinner parties? I don't care if there's a ping pong table in there. Who cares?
That's awesome. I can't wait to play.
I know, we're going to have fun.
I haven't played in years.
Dude, it'll be instant. You'll pick it up right away. And no one's good. I mean, I know some people are awesome at it, but...
Before we go, anything that we need to talk about from Super Bowl?
Man, Super Bowl was fun. Marge was... full-on knitting during...
Yeah. So, schedule-wise, I ended up having my daughter on Super Bowl weekend, and so thought, well, why not invite Grandma to hang out Super Bowl Sunday as well? Because she had hung out Chili Bell, right? Or sometime. She had hung out with friends.
It wasn't Chili Bowl. It was another time.
It was another cowboy game watching
I wasn't
in the
there
fall.
because it's the time that she kept calling Dale
Bill.
Yeah.
She thought Dale was Bill. But so she had been around. I mean, she's met the friends at the wedding and stuff like that, but she had never been to one of my football parties. And so we had her in the fall to a party. And so I thought, well, maybe she would want to come hang out Super Bowl weekend. And with mixed results,
No, she chilled out.
Well, she was chill. She was having some of her Moscato. She was knitting.
She was knitting. Yeah,
She had
some
some fun conversations with some people, but then she had some awkward conversations with other people. So it was a mixed bag.
I talked to her for a while at the end. She did not look up once during the halftime show.
Yeah, she hardly watched the game. She did not. During the halftime, I turned up the volume, so it was loud. She probably just turned off her hearing aids.
I kept looking over there at her just to get any reaction. Nothing. She was just doing whatever she was doing. I think she was even on her phone. Like, she just didn't really... She had no reaction to the halftime, not good or bad.
Right.
Just did not care at all.
I know everybody has talked the halftime to death, but just quickly, where does it rank for you all time?
I think it was fun. I think that they could have taken about 3 of the people out.
Yeah, I mean they needed Kendrick Lamar for the kids, but he was a weak link, and you didn't really need 50 Cent either.
The thing with the 50 Cent thing was the song is that was a hit. That was a big giant hit. They didn't have it sounding right. And he didn't look right when he came out of the rafter or whatever he was doing. And I know
it was a reprise of the video. Like in the video, he's hanging upside down doing crunches.
Yeah,
but he wasn't doing crunches. He wasn't doing crunches on Super Bowl Sunday.
No, and he just needed to have a more grown-up outfit. Like like the rest of everyone else just really kind of had their thing.
Yeah, and everybody else's scene was
more comfortable,
more chill.
Yeah,
and his was like hoochie mamas in a club.
Yeah,
it just didn't fit with everything else.
And also very boxed in. He looked like he had no room.
Yeah.
So they just didn't handle his well. But the song is good. Like, people love that jam.
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
I didn't really... that didn't bother me at all. I thought I just didn't like the Mary J. Blige part.
Really?
I was just like...
Did you see the thing I tweeted? So I didn't so much like the Mary J. Blige part where she was with Snoop and Dre, the 3 of them. But when she did her solo part, where it was just her, did you see the thing I tweeted that Dre sampled
the Tears for Fears?
The Tears for Fears song.
No,
Head Over Heels.
Yeah, I like that bit. The ding, 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 ding. Like, that's cool. I just, you know what? Maybe I just don't know the song.
Oh, I'm a ignoramus when it comes to Mary J. Blige's catalog. The only other real breaking news from our Super Bowl party was we did squares, and we did $2 a square because we wanted to jack up the prize money. And lo and behold, our friend Craig wins the second quarter, wins the third quarter. Then it's coming down to the end of the fourth quarter, and the Rams are going down to take the lead. They take the lead, then the Bengals have a chance to answer. They could tie it and send it to overtime. They could score a touchdown and win it in regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's looking at the squares board, and every possible final score combination is a Craig square.
Yeah, Craig was going to win no matter what.
He had it cornered no matter what the outcome was. Mm-hmm. So he won 3 of the 4 quarters and walked away with a huge stack of cash, and everyone hated him even more than they did before the game started.
I made him pay for brunch next day.
I actually have, because there were a lot of people who didn't bring cash and had to Venmo me because I was the bank. And so I ran out of cash to pay him out at the end of the night. And so I owe him $80. I've got it in my pocket right now. Because he was watching our cats, we went out of town. And I was going to leave him the cash. And I forgot. So
well, that's weird because he owes me $80. So you can just give
it to you. And then it's a wash.
And then we're all good.
I'll confirm with him. Make sure that's correct.
Yeah, you don't know. I'll tell him. I'll tell him that you're good, but yeah, he owes me. It's funny, he owes me 82, but I'll just let that go and then keep it as 80.
You know what we should do now?
What's that?
We should spin our positivespin.com Htwow record of the month and get out of here.
Man, what a good
Play some
record.
ping pong.
What a good record of the month. I
Yes,
mean,
upstairs at Orcs.
they've all been good, but golly, how much did you... I mean, I ruined this record as a kid. I mean, all of it.
Uh-huh. I mean, Situation. We could have played Situation, but we played Don't Go. Mm-hmm. Because Don't Go is maybe a little more jaunty.
And it kicks off a lot quicker. Situation... Yeah, you have to get into it. Remember this jam?
Listen to that. Hey, don't forget to go to positivespin.com and register to win a copy of this.
And get some other records.
Yeah, sure. Buy some other stuff. Support our sponsor because they support us. And become a patron. We're going to play more stuff from bands we played on this pod. Plus, I'm sure some surprises. It's a patron-only podcast that costs as little as $5 a month. So go to oldwaver.com, click on premium, or go to patreon.com and just type in Old Waver or Htwow, whatever. You'll find it. All the cool kids know. It's been fun, bro.
It has been fun.
I'm kind of lit, but not as lit as I'd like to be because these 3.5 Amstels, we need to turn it up.
Don't you know?
I'm never gonna let you go. Don't go.
We've talked about Vince Clarke's magic touch before, but dude,
I
Depeche
mean,
Mode,
there's
Yes,
not too many people
Erasure.
that can have that many bands, and they're just all successful.
Yeah,
I mean, damn.
and he does everything.
And he does everything.
Yeah,
That's
like-
why when you're like, why would you leave Depeche Mode? And you're like, because I'm amazing. I can do this anywhere. It doesn't matter. I just started Depeche Mode, and now I'm gonna do something.
right. You guys have this. I'm gonna go do this.
Martin Gore's fine. I'm gonna. He already has Depeche Mode, so I'll just. I wonder what the story was with that. Like, who taught who there?
Who brought the first synthesizer to practice?
Like, who's the synth genius there?
I think it was Vince.
I think it's Vince. I think you're right. Don't you know?
It is weird how Alison Moyet and Andy Bell sound almost identical.
Except she sounds more like a man.
Right, yeah, she's more butch than Andy Bell, the other Andy Bell. Thank you for listening to episode 55 of Htwow, the February 2022 episode. We will be back in March with a very special Tears for Fears episode. Please mark your calendars, make a mental note, and be back with us. And tell a friend. IT with Old Waver.